So Anchored Sail was a 3.5 year long lottery-funded boat building project. We worked in partnership with the Talkship guys, and we built a range of boats over that time, and we ran a lot of apprenticeships and taught a lot of boat building skills. So the focus has always been around teaching people rather than building boats. As Anchored Sail, we've had about 100 volunteers through the door. Pretty much 50-50 split between here at Galgale and over the river at the Talship. We've had 8 apprentices as well, half of them women, half of them men. And over that time we've just all been working on boats together. We built 2 brand new wooden boats. We built some small craft, we've done a lot of restorations, and we've just learnt a lot of boat building skills. I spent a year planning it before we delivered it, and then we spent 3.5 years delivering it. But it's been immensely rewarding. And I've learned more than I thought was possible about project management and working with people and building boats. And I feel so proud of like the people we worked with are now going into the world and building boats of their own, or going on with their careers and doing new things. And that's an amazing thing to have done with people and have done for people.
I think what I like most about Anchored Sail is the variety of people that we get in. We've got quite a strong sort of main crew of people that are here, but obviously we get a lot of volunteers coming in, and so you get to meet a wide variety of people. We get a lot of interesting characters, a lot of people from all sorts of different backgrounds, and I think that's one of the main strengths of Anchored Sail. There's a kind of sense of community that you get from it. As for the boats themselves, I think everybody has their own favourite little bit that they worked on. We don't all get to work on exactly the same pieces. Everybody has their own little job sometimes. You get only one of something. For instance, the breast hook, that's what I got to work on, and that was a really pleasing piece of work. It's quite complicated, but if you get it right and you get it nice and smooth, it feels really good, and it's the bit of the boat that everybody touches and goes, ooh, that's nice. So it's a really pleasing bit to get right on the boat. So this is Frances. She's a project we've been working on for about a year now. It's the focus of my apprenticeship here, and it's nearly complete. I think there's a wide variety of different skills and tasks that go into making a boat like this, and they're each enjoyable in their own different ways. Like there's some very highly technical things that require a lot of patience and a lot of skill to produce, and then there's the slightly more monotonous tasks which also have their own little merits, because it's just a nice time to take a step back and you can kind of just enjoy the work. So there are plenty of team-based tasks on the boat where you can get volunteers in and show them what to do, and it's nice because at the same sort of time you can get to know them. It's not a particularly labour-intensive job, so you can kind of chat to them. And I guess as I've progressed through the apprenticeship and become more comfortable with the boat and the skills that I've learned, I'm able to teach those to people who come in. So it ties in really nicely, I find.
Yeah, one of the aspects of the apprenticeship was slowly but surely getting out of your comfort zone little by little. I'm a very shy person, and Ben would put me into little positions of leadership here and there, but over time little things become big things, and before I knew it I was teaching volunteers what Ben had taught me, and you'd stand back and go, oh, what's happened there? So yeah, it's been a character building exercise as well as a formal trade that I've accomplished. I did my apprenticeship as doing a new build, and that is what I was hoping for from the apprenticeship, going through the whole process from lofting all the way through to launching the boat. And it's been a very, very good experience, turning oak and basic timber into effectively a floating work of art.
Well, when we first started the Journey On project, which would have been July last year, it was a case of coming in and doing sort of basic carpentry, joinery, woodwork skills, joints, that type of thing, learning a bit about woods, how to use tools. And then we progressed to the Anchored Sail project, and that's concentrate on building a boat and learning on how to build a boat. There's a lot more involved than I might have thought in the beginning. There's a lot of technique involved, some improvisation, mathematical skills, arithmetical skills. There's a whole range that you have to have to be competent at, and learning how to use new tools properly, tools that I'd never worked with before. So that's what I've learned. I think most people's confidence is boosted when they learn a new skill, because there's a certain amount of satisfaction out of doing something, manual especially, that you can, after having worked on, at the moment I'm working on an oar, making an oar, and once you go through certain stages, you see how you've progressed on that oar, and then the end result is where you really get the satisfaction, say, I've produced that, I've made that, with skills, new skills that I've just learned, skills that I've just been taught. So there's a lot of satisfaction, and that's what I enjoy about it.
Before I started the Anchor and Sail, I was an artist for 10 years, and I decided I wanted a career change. I wanted to do something in woodworking. With the tall ship, there's loads of new volunteers coming in from different backgrounds. You're always meeting a vast amount of different people. I've been kept on at the tall ship as a boat builder, so I'm heading up the Starcrest project just now, so leading that team. We just finished the lifeboat, and I'm going to start some skiffs soon, so it's led to me being employed. And since I finished my apprenticeship, I've moved on to Starcrest, and at the moment we're working on the cabin, doing trim, and then bulkheads and seating, and then get the engine in. That's kind of the main focus at the moment. This boat's definitely a challenge. There's nothing simple about this boat. Every day is a new puzzle. Neither of them are the same. And every boat you work on seems to be different problems to solve. And that's part of the bit that's great about it. It's finding these issues and learning how to solve them, and not just by yourself. It's a community kind of thing where we can come together. We've got problems, we can sit down, have a discussion of how to progress forward.
There's been real development across a number of people who've entered into this project. And I mean, we've seen the end result being Marie, who came with a considerable amount of experience prior to starting it, but maybe in slightly different areas of woodwork. But she's really shone. She's, committed to the program, committed to learn more, and she is carrying a huge weight now, undertaking the main lead on Starcrest, and it is a big project, and she's taken that on her shoulders and is marching ahead with the program. It's brilliant. She's done really well. Yeah, Anchor and Sail's worked for me because I've been lucky enough to work with a lot of really cool people, and I hope Gale and ourselves are really proud of what we've achieved, both ends. So yeah.